All right. Hey, so that last part was a doozy, am I right? No, for real. Yeah. Hey, thanks for hanging with there. Thanks for hanging in there with me, guys, because that was a lot. So I got some updates on that. First of all, I'm doing much better now, which is a good update. But I do want to kind of try and remember what I was doing first before I get too deep into it. This is the part of the game where it starts to get fuzzy because I didn't always get this far. Right. Is she wearing yellow gloves or she has really yellow skin? I can't tell. I think I always thought it was yellow skin. What's this person's name? Tech Donna or something? Wow, he's cute. I am 12, miss. Although I guess cute works for 12 if you're like, oh my god, he's adorable. Hello, I'm Nick. Her middle sister caused you a bit of a problem. I'm really sorry about it, but this parts came with a new radar system. For all those problems, I'll give you this titanium core. And something again, please let me borrow them for a while. Sure. That, you can upgrade your Digibeetle. They'll let you upgrade that pretty early. Earlier than I remembered, anyway. I'm going to quickly pull up a guide for Digimon World 2, because I don't remember how to play this game. I have a bunch of tabs specifically for, I think this one's old, yeah. I have a set of tabs specifically for all this YouTube shit that I've been doing. Alright, let's see. Nope, not CD Romance, not Dota Redux. Huh? Digimon World DS quests? No. I have the G-Evolution guide for Digimon World 2. I guess that works. Let me duplicate this. And then we'll just go back to the guides for this. There we go. I'm on my way. On the road to Digimon World 2. Gonna go through. Titanium. Okay, so I just had to search Titanium Core. That's pretty easy. Oh, that's right. This is when you have to go back to domains. That was a thing. So now you can access Device Dome, report to your leader, and then go to Device Donna and into the building. You'll have a talk with Cam and her sister, Technodonna. You get Titanium Core, now you can upgrade a GB, blah, blah, blah. You must upgrade after that. Go meet your leader. You'll get 2,000 bits. Now you must upgrade your rank to level 3 Rookie Tamer by fighting at the Coliseum. Oh. After upgrading your rank to level 3 Rookie Tamer, meet your leader. When your leader wants to tell you your new mission, the guard came in, report about Blood Knights cited in disc video and SCI or SCSI domain. Your new mission is to seek and destroy the Blood Knights. If you go to Digimon Center, you can trade your new mon with Megatron. Okay. So we got a little bit to do. I doubt we're gonna get that far today because we got to do the arena stuff, but I feel like I'm not ready. So what am I Digimon? Okay, we got Frigimon. He's doing pretty well. Flamedramon Spencer has been completely de-digivolved, so let's get him up to champion. Then I'll take on the new challenges what await me. Yeah, that'll be good because I gotta go over some shit in the background. What was the most recent one? It was the BIOS domain, right? We'll go there. That should be good. Should be good XP. Excuse me. So I to just recall where we were last video. I found out either that day or the day before. I actually don't remember anymore. That my biological father, who is not my actual daddy, if you want to look at it that way, found out that he passed away. And he had passed away 2 years ago, which is a bit of a shock. And this happened in the middle of like a very hectic work week. So it was just a lot. I basically had to take 2 days to just like reclaim myself. So not to say I got over it really quickly. I must have recorded this that night because I didn't know how he died then, and I was told the next day. So I basically took 2 days to recompile myself, and then after that, couple, you know, kind of stressful days, but not like too crazy. It was just more, it was more work stress. Like I had to do some stuff at work, and it was just a lot. So we're back now, though. My workload is like winding down a little bit, just a teensy bit. It's not like, you know, completely different or anything. It's just, you know, for the most part, I've accomplished a lot of my tasks, which is a good feeling. So I think I mentioned that my long lost aunt had reached out to me, and I had just like, I mean, just in case, because I actually don't remember what I said, and God forbid I rewatch that part for two reasons. One, because why do I want to relive that? And two, because I don't watch my content. Are you kidding me? I don't go back and listen to my stuff. I should. I would have so many more I'd have so many more highlight videos if I went back and watched my own shit, but it seems way too narcissistic to me. To like just, it's like that joke about Kanye just bumping his own shit. You're like, yeah, this shit's my jam. I'm like, I can't do that. Maybe one day I'll get over that fear, but not immediately. But yeah, that's the big part. Wow, this is a really small floor. Yeah, so she had messaged me on Facebook. I knew immediately what the message was about. Read it. I was like, oh, there's a lot going on here. So that's more or less, you know, the baseline of what happened. Following that, she somehow managed to get my phone number. I genuinely don't know how this happened. And left me 2 voicemails. Called me twice at like 10 p.m. Left me a voicemail. And I was still just like, I can't process this yet. I can't answer this yet. Sorry. But following that, I did get back to her the next day. And I basically said, hey, sorry I didn't get back to you right away. This was how I found out. It's the TLDR, what I said. And I was like, I need some time to process that. I was never really that close with him. I just wanted to let you know that thank you for telling me, I guess, and thank you for the offering of the life insurance, but truthfully, I didn't know him that well. I'd only met him a handful of times. And you lived with him during, during the time he was sick, and, you know, we're there for him a lot more than I was, so I couldn't possibly take it. Is basically what it came down to. She got back to me, informed me how he died. Again, I don't know how this is supposed to work. I just hear a big bang. I don't know what that was. Yeah, I don't really know how this stuff works, but if you have, like, I guess trigger warning, if you have death in the family and this is rough for you. So, I know it seems a little late, but it's gonna get worse, trust me. So, she shared with me how he passed away. So I guess it was cancer, which, when I told that to a couple different people now, because I told a few people, I told coworkers, a couple friends, they've said, like, oh, well, now at least you know you may be at risk for cancer. And I was like, I guess. I don't really see it as a good thing. They're like, well, no, it's better to know than not know. I'm like, yeah, but whatever. And they're right, which is why I don't have an answer. But, you know, hardly my takeaway from that, to be honest. And also, cancer is like, how do I put this? Cancer is not a disease. And before you're like, oh my god, Nick's a conspiracy theorist. No, I mean, like, by definition, cancer just means your cells start dying. So it's more of just like, cancer just means a part of your body starts failing. So I mean, you know, you may be at risk for cancer. I'm like, well, everyone's at risk for cancer. It's the best way to put it. So I don't really, I'm not, that one's not a disease where I'm like, oh, I might be at risk. Like, my grandmother has Parkinson's. That's a different thing. Because then I'm like, okay, well, I'm at risk for Parkinson's. That's more cut and dry. But cancer covers so many different things. It's really how all of us die eventually. Anyway, where was I? Right. So, she mentioned that he'd been struggling with cancer, and that they went away, like her husband and their kids went away camping one weekend. And when they came back, they found him dead at the kitchen table, and he must have been trying to take his meds because the water had been left running, and the pill bottle cap had become lodged in the drain and flooded their house. Which, like, Jesus Christ, is that dark? So their house was condemned and they lost everything. Apparently they'd lived there like their whole lives. And I was like, that's a brutal weekend. Which just goes to show you, you really can't ever camp or things like this could happen. I know that sounds dark, and it is, but, you know, I'm coping in my own way. But yeah, that is a brutal way to find out. And basically she just came back and said, like, you know, if you haven't, you know, we may need you to fill some stuff out. And I was like, that's fine. Whatever you need me to do. I don't want to hold this up or get stuck in limbo. I'd rather, like, you know, it goes to someone. Everyone else has told me that I should take the money. Which, you know, I think it's telling more of the people I associate with than me. But, they were telling me that I should take it because, you know, I've heard multiple different arguments of, like, you know, I could use it. It's kind of like the one thing he could actually do for me because he couldn't be there for me in life. He can be there for me in death. Stuff like that. I'm just like, it's just not something I'm interested in. It's theirs. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's weird moments like these where I'm like, am I a good person? Because normally I think maybe. I do genuinely think of myself as a good person. I do know the difference between right and wrong. Sometimes, if wrong is easier for me and not detrimental to others, I'll pick wrong. But for the most part, I tend to pick what's right when it affects others. But, I don't know, you know. Just not my thing. And it's also like, I don't want to open up a whole thing. I don't want to open up like a whole kind of dialogue with them and whatnot. It's, like I said, I've got enough family, I've got enough friends. I can barely handle the ones I have. So, I don't want, like, that to be like something that bridges us together. So, see? I turned it around. It turned out to be a selfish thing after all. Haha. Not a good person. But yeah, that's what I've been grappling with. I almost want to talk about the work stuff. I really wish I could. I miss the days when I could talk about my job. I miss talking about the convenience store. I miss talking about GameStop. I can't talk about shit at this job. Partially because I'm just under an NDA. Like, my entire job is an NDA. Like, literally, it's not like I continuously sign NDAs. It's just like I signed one at the beginning. And I was like, don't talk about shit with your job. And I was like, ah, fuck. But in the broadest sense, I can't even allude to part of it, but how do I do this? There's a public portion of one of the products I'm working on, and it's not for a bit, but we're getting a lot of people asking in about information about it and stuff like, you know, am I eligible for it? When do I get to do it? Can I do it? I'm like, I guess. And I don't know. So, it's just a lot. There's that, and there's a lot of like prep work going into it. The closer we get to launch of this title, the more stressful it is on me. And, you know, many other people. But yeah, I really, really can't talk about it anymore. Or I will give it away, so I have to stop. I'm legally not allowed to do this. Oh, why am I in the BIOS domain? This is the most recent domain. Why did I think it was? This is the Metal Greymon domain, right? Why the fuck did I come here? I don't know. I mean, Gomon did get a good amount of levels, though, so not that bad. The only thing is I'm also trying to level up the other two. I'm gonna have to consult the Digivolution FAQ before I do that. I will make sure, I don't think I'm going to get Tortomon. I'm going to make sure he turns into Ikakumon just because I can. So where was it then? Was it the modem domain? I can't remember the order of these. SCI, video, and web were the first three. Drive and disk, I think, were next to each other. Boot is the tutorial one. So it must have been the modem domain. Oh yeah, this seems more right. Okay. Yeah, what else? Gaming-wise, I think I mentioned I platinum Ratchet & Clank. That was a fun time, fun romp. Currently the best game on PS5. Just if you were curious about my opinions on it. What else? I did that. I went back and platinum Yakuza 7 the day that this happened. I just needed a distraction, and that served its function. What else? Got back into Persona 5. I'm playing the Royale Edition. I got past the Okamura Palace, which is arguably the worst one, both in plot and in the dungeon itself. But now I'm currently doing the stuff after that. It's good. Persona's still a solid game. It's just you know, sometimes it takes too long, and I don't really feel like playing it. I think I might go back to Judgment after this, just to kind of round that out. Carlos is also playing it, and as a rule of thumb, if Carlos and I are playing the same game, I try to beat him at it. Not because, like, it's a matter of pride or anything, like, oh, Carlos, what's taking you so long? Like, that is very on brand, but it's not the reason. It's specifically because the last game that Carlos beat before me, he ruined. And it was The Last of Us 1. I still think the reason I don't like that game is because Carlos basically half-spoiled most of the game. Like, he wouldn't, like, directly say, like, you know, Joel dies. He would say stuff like, man, I can't wait till you get to winter. Winter is so cool. I can't wait till you get to, you know, winter's gonna be great. And then I get to winter, I'm like, it's fine. Like, it was so overhyped and whatnot. But, I also don't, I don't really enjoy Last of Us 1 or the Uncharted games. Like, they're fine. They're average games, in my opinion. They're, like, the epitome of average. The things they do that are, like, spectacular are things like, their graphics are really good, and the mocap is really good, and the voice acting. But, like, as for the actual plot, and as for the actual gameplay, I find that to be overall very average for both those games. Or both those series. Last of Us 2 is its own train wreck. Whereas I think the other games are average. I think Last of Us 2 is genuinely a bad game. But that's just me. Feel free not to crucify me, folks. I did just have a death in the family. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I want to go back to it, catch up before Carlos gets there. Luckily, Carlos doesn't really play video games. He plays them, I don't know, a couple hours each night before he settles in, watches a romantic comedy with his girlfriend, and falls asleep. That is his routine to a T. Carlos, in his older age, has become one of the most boring people I've met in my life. So yeah, you know, originally with that. I think I might, if I do finish Judgment, I think I'm going to go back to Nier Replicant. Probably not a good idea to do it when I'm, like, you know, not in the best mental state, but I'm looking pretty good now. So, that being said, I mean, I've got a while before Persona's done. I'm going to make Persona my 175th Platinum, which is pretty cool. I'm cruising on through there. I don't really have any others lined up. Like, I have plenty of Platinums that, like, I have a good amount of trophies in, but none that I'm, like, actively going for right now. There might be, like, one or two. Part of me wants to go back to Dragon Quest XI Super Special Edition, but I don't know that I can do 2 long RPGs back to back. That might be too much for me. While I do love me some RPGs, I need to mix up my gameplay as well. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back to Slay the Spire. I have a good amount of trophies in that game, but I would sure like the Platinum. It's an actually difficult Platinum too. Well, not difficult so much as RNG based, because to get some of the combinations you need for the trophies, you just have to get good luck and, you know, some things have to go in your favor. Which is the same thing as saying get good luck. But yeah, you just need more things to kind of fall in line. I do think it's possible, and I think that the trophies by themselves are pretty possible, but they're gonna take a while. Ugh, I'm tired. It's almost 11 p.m. I've been having the urge to nap after work lately. It's just because I'm exhausted. So like I get up at 6 and then I'll like just lie in bed for a little bit and then pass out for like an hour or two. I'm trying not to do that. So I didn't do that today. Hopefully I can fix my sleep schedule, because then I do that and then I'm up, you know, from like I'll sleep from like 6 to 8 and then I'll be up from like 8 until like 3 a.m. and that's too much. I don't enjoy that. But yeah. Oh, you know, it's kind of more important and relevant to the channel than my rambling. The anniversary has officially started. This is part 4 of Digimon World 2. At the time of this, part 3 is uploaded. A couple people have seen it and watched it and commented and stuff like that. To those people, thank you for your kind words. I'm doing better now. The matter's not resolved, but the initial shock and grief is over. But yeah, so the videos are released. I released the highlight video. Oh, right. I should mention that highlight video I made, that I was basically hyping up the anniversary, which it's probably too late now, but July 17th, 2019. It's a Saturday. When I cut together that video, I was doing that in a state of grief. I did that. How many hours did that take me? That took me, I want to say, 6 hours to do, just to get the footage together and to line it up and to do that. Maybe not. Maybe it was more like 4 hours. So yeah, I did that just to distract myself and take my mind off things. So I asked for feedback, and I was like, you know, hey guys, what do you think about this? Because I think it looks pretty good. And then Red, bless his heart, was like, hey, here's some actual positive some actual, like, you know, criticism. There were some parts that didn't like quite sync up as well as they wanted to, or as well as they could have, or some parts that just seemed like they lingered for a little bit. And I was like, please don't give me actual criticism. I'm very fragile right now. Only positive things, please. I need it. I did. That being said, it wasn't like that did anything. I was just sort of like, oh, I mean, this is like, you know, I understand why he's saying all of this, but boy, am I not going to really truly process it right now. Looking for some easy wins, please. But yeah, so that went well. I liked that video a lot. I liked the timing on it and stuff, and using music from all the different games. The Digimon World 4 bit was fantastic, obviously. So I kind of tested who watched that video, because I made a separate video for Digimon World 4 where I did the exact same joke, but just repeated it. And so I did the same joke I did on April Fool's a couple years ago, where I was like, Digimon World 4 anniversary celebration, and it's like a 12-minute video, but it's just like, you know, a 15-second clip looped over and over and over, which is very funny to me. Some people did not find it as funny. It's a very polarizing video. Stuff like, hey, I like this game, and come on, Nick, you know, you can do better than this. I'm like, I could, but I mean, if you want me to play Digimon World, if you want Digimon World 4 content, there's like 30 hours of it on this channel already. Let me meme in peace, please. But yeah, so I released part 1 of Digimon World 1. That was met with the reception I thought it would be, which is good. And then this, I released the first part of this, which people seem to like. I did a stream of Digimon World 2003, which was absolutely chaotic. So for the Digimon World 3 streams, what I'm doing is I have all the party members unlocked right from the start, which normally you can only have 3, and then you'll slowly unlock, like, you know, a couple here and there. But I basically said, hey, donate for who you want in my party, and we'll go from there. And so, like, you know, that started off immediately, where people tried to donate, or tried to force Patamon into my party. I'm like, why? Who the fuck likes Patamon? I did another twist with it where I was like, I'll play, I unlocked all the accessories from the start, because, you know, just to give myself a little bit of an advantage, try and make things a little faster. And I said, you know, for every, like, you know, 30 bucks, you can ban an accessory for the rest of the playthrough. Because I like the idea of, like, instead of, like, slowly finding them, you start off with all of them, and then slowly you lose all of them. So naturally, the one I thought would go away first was the Counter Crest, because it's the most overpowered accessory in that game. No. So what happened was, while grinding, like, 8 characters simultaneously, I was using the XP badge, which I didn't know existed in that game. I don't think I've ever gotten it before. And, someone decided to ban the XP badge. And I was like, what? Why? that doesn't make sense, though. Like, I get trying to make the game harder for me, but now you're just making it take longer. And for everyone. Like, we all have to sit through this now. Of me just, like, running in the fucking first area until level 5 on each character. And then they basically donated, and they're like, alright, I gotta go for a little bit. Have fun streaming. I was like, what? You can't do that and then dip? Are you kidding me? True chaos. So I'm excited for that. I did kind of warn people. I was like, hey, you know, maybe don't go too crazy on this one because we still have the anniversary stream, you know, and it'll be a lot more hype then. So I'm curious to see how that goes. It was a wild idea. It was not mine. I basically I told. I swear. Okay, so I am hearing noises. Believe it is the neighbor children. So I told, I basically went to my mods and was like, hey, I need someone who knows World 3 to help me out here. And I was like, hey, mods, are you around? And he was like, yeah. So I told him my plan to unlock all of them. And like, my idea was just like, yeah, and I'll have them all unlocked from the start. And then that was it. And then he was like, oh, yeah, so you could have people, like, do a bit war over who they want to be in the party. And I was like, yes, definitely. Yeah, so that's fun. I'm enjoying that playthrough. I already talked about the Digimon 4 joke. Also, does Digimon have an anus in this? Or is that a tail? I've never noticed him having a tail before. Doing the spin. Yeah, so, Digimon 4. On Monday, I released the first part of the Yu-Gi-Oh video. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, on Monday I released the first part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Food and Memories. Apparently I didn't explain. Someone said I didn't explain what the 15 card mod does, and I don't think that's true. I think I explained it in the video, but I'm not going to argue with them. Which is basically just, all it does is instead of dropping 1 card per duel, it drops 15. Very simple, but a game changer for that game. But that requires like a shit ton of grinding. So started that, or I did the first video of that, and then on Tuesday I released the first Cyber Sleuth video. Some fun background story in the Cyber Sleuth videos. I started recording those before everything else I did, and my original intent with those was I'm just gonna like, okay, I'm just gonna, what I'll do is I'll record the entire series, and then I'll just like slowly release it over time. And you know, it'll be like a fun experiment. I'll just like record it all behind the scenes, and then just like upload the whole series one day to for like Patreon and YouTube subs, and then I'll just like do it one by one for everyone else. That was the original plan, but then as my anniversary was coming up, I kind of like thought about it, and I was like, oh, you know what? I can make this a thing. I can do a video every day. That'll be fun, right? Right. And so this grand idea was born. I think it's a good idea. I think if I keep, especially if I keep recording like this during, you know, my free time and whatnot, I think it'll probably last beyond the 30 days. It might go a little bit longer. It also depends how much I stream. But that's just cool. It's basically I've given myself a couple different series I can go to if I choose to, which I think is pretty nice. It's giving me a lot of variety and whatnot. At the moment, I'm just trying to get everything up to 4 parts, just because that's nice and clean. So this is part 4 for this. I need to do a part 4 for Cyber Sleuth as well. I think everything else is at least 4. I don't know any like special videos I want to do. Alright, so Goemon is fully leveled up. So I think what I'll do now is we'll get Wizardmon some levels, because he's not a DNA Digivolve Digimon, so he's not as strong. But I'll do him anyway. I'll let him get in there. You can get in on this. Okay, this one sucks. What else? I mean, do I have a... Oh, I can just autopilot out, right? Yeah, let me do that. So they don't get experience, if I remember correctly. So I need to level Goemon to level 11, or I need to level up to level 12 because if I remember correctly, they don't actually get experience. Oh, well. I guess I do have to go back and see him. Hey, boss, I did a thing. He's like, good. Go to the fucking arena. I'm tired of you. Okay. But yeah, because they don't learn their moves right away. So I think I have to do that. And you are... Oh, wait, he's got 3. I think you need 4, right? Let me check this. Let's search Gomamon. Oh, he only needs 3. Okay, we're good. Let's do that then. Okay. So in theory, he should turn into a Gakumon. Oh. I clicked out, I'm sorry. Nice. Big ol' fluffy boy. He does kind of look like he's swimming here, which is weird. Okay, so yeah, I need to learn his moves for sure. These two are a little far away. Once you get past like 16, they start leveling really slowly. So I think I'll go to the boot domain maybe a couple times, see if I can get the experience level up there. It's just faster. And then I should be able to take on the arena without much trouble. I don't know if I should buy anything. I feel like I need to fix my inventory and start selling shit. Also, if you choose Virus, for whatever reason, and you go to the boot domain first, you can kind of get some 2 early Digimon that are like slightly stronger. I don't know what levels they are. I don't think they're that high level. I think they only give like 150 XP or something, but it should be enough. I feel like the XP gain in this is really stilted. Yeah, I might be too strong to level up here. Maybe the perfect amount. Yeah, great. It's like, hey, he attacked you so you can use your counter, right? Well, no. I don't know who's supposed to know Necromagic. Because I think he learns Thunderball, but they don't learn 2 techniques per Digimon, so he learned Necromagic from someone else. Oh, also, because I'm a fucking moron, forgot to put Gomon in the party. Genius. Alright. I don't think that's as effective as I want it to be anyway. I might just go back to the modem domain. Just try and blow past the first couple floors. I wish there was like, and there might be something for this like in the later part of the game, but I wish there was an item that just let me go down a floor, like just like stairs in what is it? What do you? Oh, in Stardew. Like when you use your stairs, just go down 99 floors. God, I wish the arena gave XP. It'd be a game changer. Alright. Is it going to be on this side? No. Great. I'm going to go to the other side of the anatomically correct vagina. Alright. We got caught. But yeah, I'm excited. It should be a fun time with all these announcements and whatnot. I'm very excited for the anniversary. I've only announced one of the streams so far, and it's Digimon World 3. That's all. But I'm excited to show some of the stuff that I'm planning for it. I want to announce it now, but I really shouldn't. We got my my grinding noise in the background's back. It was fixed for a little bit, and then it wasn't again. Classic. Also, Yakumon is so fucking fat. I know that's weird to say, but it's like he looks like he's. I was wondering why his arms looked so weird. Like it felt like his arms were like too swimmy. If that makes sense. Like it looks like he was just constantly in a state of swimming. But now that I look at it, I think it's I think he's just fat. He can't move his limbs. I hate to see it. Oh, actually, there is another part I forgot. So, upon learning about the death of my bio father, very cliche, like, I reached out to my real father. I reached out to my dad, I should say. Not father. I don't know, it's so fucking confusing. I reached out to my dad I was like, hey, do you want to get lunch on Sunday? Which happened to be Father's Day for those keeping score, because of course it is. And I was like, hey, we should catch up. And I told him what happened, and he had pretty neutral reactions. He was like, obviously he was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but he wasn't like, good, fuck him, or he also wasn't like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. What can I do? Like, it was just, oh, I'm sorry, that sucks, kind of deal. Which, is about what I expected. Yeah, it's just a weird situation overall. But it's fine. I made burgers for him. I made burgers and hot dogs, and I showed him around my apartment for the first time. So, for those who don't remember, or if I didn't talk about it at the time, I'm pretty sure I did. Not this apartment, but when I moved out from my parents, this was about maybe a year and a half ago at this point. Actually, it's almost coming up on 2 years. So, I got my new job at the game studio, and I was paying a little bit better, and I had an offer with with a friend from GameStop who I was his manager at the time, to to move in with him, because him and his fiance shared an apartment, but it was a 2-bedroom, and the people that were in the other bedroom had left because they got pregnant and they had to go back home. And I was like, all right, I'm looking for any excuse to get out of here, because my stepmother was a lot. Reminded me too much of my real mother. It was just not something I really wanted to deal with. Got electroshocker, and we got harpoon torpedo. Nice. It looks like harpoon torpedo and marching fishes are both weaker attacks, which I'm not a huge fan of. Yeah, so I need to get it at any cost, and I gave kind of short notice, admittedly. I gave him a month, but I still paid for the month that I was, even though that I wasn't going to be there. So, like, I was moving out in early September, and I still paid for September. And, she got really upset. So, like, I did everything right. I was like, I paid for it. I gave them as much notice as I could. It's just like, I had to act fast. I couldn't, like, wait on it. And on the day I moved most of my stuff, like, I had my car packed with, like, a lot of my things. I was, like, literally getting ready to take the first trip over. Or I'd fit most of it in one trip. Because I had someone come in to help me. My friend Sean, who, was the one who showed me this new apartment as well. She basically got a phone call. Because my plan was to, like, move most of my stuff out. I would come back later, and I would clean, and I would, like, throw out the rest of the stuff. And what happened was, because, like, I left it super dusty and stuff. Like, you never leave your room and you don't really clean. It just gets bad. Why did I put harpoon torpedo first? Oh, because electroshocker's an interrupt. Ugh. But yeah, I left it, I left some stuff there because I was like, okay, well, I have a whole month to move out, essentially. But I was talking to my dad, like, as I was going, and I was like, this is, you're being kind of an asshole about this. And so is she. And she calls him, and I can hear her screaming over the phone, saying, you need to, take his key. I don't want him coming back. You need to, he needs to be out immediately. And this is after she tried to get me to stay because they didn't know how they were going to handle the rent. And then he was like, can you just... And he goes, can you just do this? Like, I'll make you another key or I'll get it back or something. I'm like, are you hearing yourself right now? You know what fucking insane this is? And he's like, just don't make it harder than it needs to be. And I'm like, what? You're blaming me for this? And I, like, lost it. I was like, fuck you, fuck this, take the key. We're done. I'm tired of putting up with this. This is the entire reason I'm moving in the first place. And he didn't, like, grasp how much he pissed me off, because he would still, like, text me and stuff and like call me and it's like, you know, how are things? And like I didn't stay that same level of mad. So you know, sometimes I'd answer, sometimes I'd just ignore it. And like I would talk to my brother about this. My brother would be like, yeah, he thinks there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. And I'm like, okay, well, insane. So not like, maybe like a month after this, like I'm still trying to settle in and stuff like that. He calls me and says, you've got to take yourself off the phone plan. I'm like, what? And he's like, it's too expensive. And she says that that I have no right to be on it anymore because I don't even live with you and because of the way I moved out. I'm like, are you fucking for real right now? And he's like, please, you know, just, you know, I don't want to hear it. Just, you know, I can't deal with it. And just like, I'm doing this. We're done. Don't call me again. Don't talk to me. I'm like, I'm absolutely furious about this. And like, you know, I had a big argument with him this time, and where he was like, you know, yeah, I'm just trying to do what I can to make things here to like smooth tensions here. I'm like, no, you're trying to appease one person and really fuck over the other person continuously, and I'm not having it. So I didn't. There was one time I saw him before, or between now and then. It was I'd driven to visit my brother who lived in the apartment above them, and my car died like down the street from them. Like I like managed to roll it into the parking lot, but it died there. I was leaking a bunch of fluid and stuff like that. And, you know, there was the big tow truck there, like one of the giant rigs, and it was, like, trying to grab my car from a weird angle. And so it was super loud, and he, like, came out, and he was like, you know, oh, what's happening, this and that, and I was, like, making, like, very small talk, and then he, like, asked me, like, so how are things? I'm like, we're not good right now. I'm like, you don't get to ask how are things. Like, very much still furious with you. He was like, I don't understand. So I just like my little brother took me home, or I think did I get towed home? I don't remember what it was. This was a while ago, and I hadn't seen him until this Sunday, so he never saw my old apartment. Like I sort of made up with him over like the phone, where I was just like, you know, this is why I was upset, and all I want you to do is just admit that you were wrong and she was wrong. And it took months for him to, like, even just, like, insinuate that he might have made a wrong decision. But after that, you know, it just gives... So, like, I like... Because he would text me, like, every 2 days. For, like, when I said I was done talking to him. And be like, you know, how are you? And, like, he would try and, like, initiate conversation. So, finally, in my own act of appeasement, I just said, yeah, we're fine. But then, like, he never realized that... I said we were, but we weren't, because he would just, like, text me, like, once a week and say, how are you? And I would say, fine. And then that would be the entire conversation. And then he would talk to my brother, and my brother would be like, yeah, he thinks you guys are totally good. And I'm like, what? We have one sentence a week, and he thinks, like, it's over? I'm like, alright. So, eventually, I started giving slightly more info than that, but always just, like, you know, and, like, need-to-know stuff. Like, I wouldn't reach out to him if, like, I didn't have to. And, like, I would only answer him occasionally. Or I'd only, like, give him details occasionally. So, I kind of went to the mentality of, like, alright, well, you know, I'd kick myself a lot if something happened to him, and this was how I left things, so, you know, I better make it up to him. And, you know, I kind of need someone to talk to about this, so, that was how that went down. Where, you know, he's proud of me, he likes the new place. The one thing he's still nagging me about, because of course it couldn't be that easy, is my car is still is broken in my parking lot. I haven't driven it since April of 2020, because it kept dying on hills on me, and I didn't want to, you know, die. Okay, so I was trying to get him to 13, see if there's any other techniques he learned, but he doesn't. But yeah, so so that's the one thing he's, like, nagging me about, and he's like, you know, if I did take the insurance money, I could get a new car. I'm like, I guess, but, like, I can get a new car anyway. Just means I'll have to pay more for it. Alright. Ready for the arena now. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Like, I want to... I want to speed up the gameplay, but this music's too good. I mean, worst nightmare. I'm going to make you look silly. Oh, man. Not silly. He can't say that. He's going to make me go, When did they play the, like, intense music? Like the really, like, upbeat, Digimon music? I have no idea when they actually play that. Is it only for for Blood Knight bosses? Yeah, I was curious if I would one-shot these guys. It would appear so. Oh, good. Also, at least this Padmon is on all fours. Ugh, I can't get over that the model in Digimon World 3 isn't it stands on its hind legs. It's wrong for so many reasons. Now I could guard against this, but I don't think the opponents are gonna be that strong that I need to like really conserve my MP. Oh, I'm tired. I might actually go to bed after this. Darn, not too shabby, but don't think I'll be so easy next time. He sure talks a lot. Your next challenger is waiting for you. I wonder who's next. Battling you in the second round, let's rock. I'm in a battle, are you ready? Let's get on. I love Leomon's little commentary. I'm like, wow, he talks a lot. Anyway. Okay. I think Tapermon has the ability to lower attack, but I'm not really putting that much stock into it. Oh, did I heal between matches? I thought my HP lasted for the entire tournament for some reason. Oh, they're also not all dying in one hit. Truly tragic. Okay. I don't appreciate them trying to bully one of my guys. I do like that she has a vaccine, a virus, and a data, but like kind of the shitty ones. Like Tapermon, Crabmon, and Coonmon. I'm like, oh yeah, everyone's favorites. Unless you're what's her face from Try, you don't care about Tapermon. They never really told us what happened with that, did they? She just kind of disappeared. Was there a resolution to her thing? I'm gonna have to Google that after. The last time I remember her appearing in the Try movies was she found her Tapermon and was like abusing it, but like by like saying like, "Oh, you're there," but it didn't remember her, and she was just like, "No, but you will be my partner." Esmeralda. Let's made it this far too. Oh well, the next match is the final. When it gets promoted, I won't lose to you. It's interesting they make you 3 of these in a row. I gotta get a... See, this is more... I mean, it's rookies, but still. I was gonna say, this is more my speed. I do have to find a way to get a Numamon. I guess I have a few toy planes left. I know eventually you can just buy them. I think you can buy them in the, when you go to the second part with the OG Digimon World on it. Or the OG Digimon World stuff. I think you can buy toy planes, but they're expensive. I really haven't spent money on anything. I've just been just been getting by on whatever items I find in dungeons. So I'm not that worried about it. I've been I feel shameful to admit this, but when excuse me. When I finished Ratchet and Clank, I was looking for a new game to get into, and I couldn't really find anything. And because I was so busy at work, I was also looking for a game that I could like play and then like stop playing for a couple hours, and then when I came back, you know, shit would happen. So I was looking for idle games. IDLE, not IDOL. It's a different kind of game. I wasn't looking for the fucking Idol Master, whatever that show is. It's about making idols. Hey, Amateur Tamer. Achievement. What are you gonna give me? Oh, what? Where do I know that sound from? I guess it's from this game. HP Driver 2. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Since it's kicking me out, I'm gonna quickly sell some stuff just to clear my inventory. But yeah, I have so many of these. Remember when I almost ran out that one time? I should start buying level 2 discs so I can. Oh, I've got a couple car arrows. Or toy cars, car arrows. So I should be good. But yeah, so I was playing a couple idle games. I found one, what do you call it? I saw an ad that was like, hey, you know, I tried to make this pretty free to play. I think it's called Summoner's Greed. And then, when watching an ad in that video for some rewards, I discovered Crush Them All, which is a very generic sounding name. Which is a pretty good idle game, I guess. Pretty free to play. Just takes time. Then I found a... They totally got me too, and I hate admitting this, because I've talked about this in the past. I don't like supporting those, like, clearly copyright infringement games. Like the ones where, like Digimon or Pokemon, where they'll, like, clearly rip them off, they're clearly not made by Nintendo. So yeah, first round wuss, what a piece of cake. Doug Doom. Doug Dimma Doom. Don't think I'm gonna bend over for you, don't you? It's time to get battle. Here we go. Did he say bend over for him? But yeah, I don't like supporting these games. That being said, I saw the ad a couple times. I was like, ah, fuck it. They got me because it showed them, like, catching, you know, the Gen 3, or the Gen 1 and Gen 2 starters, and I was like, oh, you know, I love them. Let's see if they're in that game. And then the gameplay was nothing like what the fucking ad was. Of course it wasn't. But then, I was like, whatever, I'll keep playing anyway. It's free, what do I care? And like, so the monetization that they try and do in that game is so blatant, where it's like, pay for this, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't mind throwing, like, probably a maximum of, like, $10 at a mobile game. Stuff like where it's, like, a starter pack or something where it's massively discounted, and it'll, like, you know, make a lot of shit easier. Like, I don't care about funding stuff like that, because I'm like, whatever. I don't, like, I'm not of the belief that you should kind of, like, expect to get 200 hours out of a mobile game and not pay anything. You can, it's very possible, but I'm also like, you know, it doesn't have to be that way. People work hard on this game, and if you want your games, especially with mobile games, if you want to see them succeed, then, you know, money is the way that happens. Otherwise, they get canceled. I don't know. It's weird saying that, especially where I've worked on some mobile games. But yeah, so Crush Them All was pretty good. Summoner's Greed was okay. It, like, didn't really, it was kind of shallow. Like, I might be done with getting that one soon. Just because there's not too much to do. But it's fun, for what I like about it. They do a thing where, you'll gain gold, which is the, like, main currency, while you're, I guess it's one of the sub-currencies, but you'll just gain it while you're offline, and then when you come back online, you can watch a video to double whatever gold you were going to gain. And that's pretty neat. It's like a 30-second video. I like stuff like that, where you don't have to watch it, but you can. Oh, you've entered this tournament too. I got lucky and made it to the second round. Please go easy on me, okay? I don't know why I gave her a very bad French accent. But yeah, I think my favorite of those has been Crush Them All. I'm not looking for stuff that's, like, active. I like to, you know, do a couple actions and then just leave the game to play itself for a little while. But if I have the option to do more, it's always nice. But it's not required. But yeah. So this has been good. I've been playing a knockoff Pokemon game. It's got, like, an Oshawott looking crossed over with a Drifloon as its icon. Oh, come on. Don't do this, controller. Because I bumped you. But yeah, I'm only really... what I'll do with those is, like, when I'm doing something at work, I'll, like... Oh, I can get confused from Otama? I didn't realize that. I still think I targeted the right person, but still. Like, I'll set it to, like, run something, and then I'll get back to work, and then I'll look back down on it eventually. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm struggling to find, because I do like having access to good mobile games occasionally, just because, like, you can't always, like, set yourself up to play a console game. Don't get me wrong, console still rules the majority of my life. But it's not always, like, convenient, especially if I'm, like, going on a trip or something like that. Or even just as simple as going to the bathroom. Like, I can't... Sometimes Reddit doesn't refresh enough to match my bowel movements, okay? So, sometimes Reddit and Twitter just aren't enough. That is one thing I think about a lot, is how it's so natural for everyone to have their phone in the bathroom. But, like, you know, before smartphones were, like, popularized, I was a weirdo for bringing my laptop into the bathroom. Like, come on. It's the same thing. So, if I remember correctly, Raремon, his counter will go off no matter what, but it won't trigger the confusion if you don't attack him directly. But yeah. Yeah, I still don't know what I'm gonna play next. I'm thinking about it. I think for this, I think my plans for recording are, I do want to go back to Cyber Sleuth. I want to go back for another part. Check in on my my modern Digimon family. See how they're doing, and then probably do some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Redux, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses Redux. I don't think the part 1 has come out yet. I've only done one video for that, and I feel weird about just like randomly releasing it when I haven't done it yet. I think my cadence is 6 videos, because I have Digimon 1, 2 streams for 3, and then I have Digimon World DS, and then Cyber Sleuth. And then I also have Forbidden Memories. So I have a couple games to rotate between, and I think I'll do like one-off videos in between them. Like we have the Cursed Digimon video coming out, or it should be out by the time this is out. But we have that video that I'll probably do on Sunday to replace the Digimon World 4 video I made. And I'll do Redux on one of those videos, just to kind of, or one of those days, just to kind of like get it out there. But yeah, I'm planning to have some fun with it. It's you know, you only get an anniversary every so often. It almost feels like only once a year it comes around. Oh, I'm not gonna manage to defeat him. Oh, it did. Neat. Yeah, Raремon sucks. Long way to go, rookie. Darn, how could I lose to you twice? I can beat you. Won't happen again. I'll defeat you and become the hero. Bertrand, don't be so hard on yourself. Next time I will be the winner. Don't you forget it. I thought it was my character still saying it. Like, hey, don't be so hard on yourself. Next time, I'm going to win too. Congratulations, you're now rank 3 Rookie Tamer. So now a Rookie rank Tamer. That's right. You have a lot of potential to train hard. Here's a tournament. Toy boat. Okay, so technically that's all we had to do. I think starting at the beginning of the next part, if I remember, we'll go back to the, do another thing in the tournament. But for now, I'm clearly tapped on content and I'm about to fall asleep. So, thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this, since this will probably be the end of the month at this point, or give or take, getting close to it. Let me know if you're going to see more, because it's gonna get to the point where I have to start recording more of this stuff, and it'll be good to know which ones are performing the best. Also, my webcam froze, but that's okay, because this is a seaplane. No, because I already did it. I just hope it didn't mess with the recording. Oh, I must have bumped it or something. Weird. Alright. See you later, guys.